Uh, huh. Well, yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope you are doing well. So my thoughts and opinion on Jerod Mayo getting fired. It was interesting. I mean, wasn't expecting it so soon. Um, the reason why he just didn't seem like a good coach to me is because, well, for one, when I was following the team on Instagram, he would always be contradicting what he was saying. So, one game he said in an interview, "Oh, it wasn't my offense's fault, it was my defense's fault." Or the other way around. But anyways, I was just thinking, okay, what about okay, it's on me, I should have prepared more. Um Now, do I think he could be a good coach in the future? Yeah, he could be a good coach in the future. Uh just needs to work on some skills. So for Mike Vrabel, I'm really excited about him because look at what he did in Tennessee. He also was helping the Browns on their defense. Now, don't get me wrong. I know the Browns had a really, really, really bad season, just as bad as my Patriots did. So the thing that he did with Tennessee is that I have the picture here on when he was coaching with Tennessee. He knows how to use running backs such as Ramondre Stevenson and Derrick Henry. I mean, shoot, Derrick Henry had his best season or best years in Tennessee with Mike Vrabel as the head coach. Let's see here. Okay. This is something I found on a Patriots Instagram channel I found. Uh, it says that with Ryan Tannehill at QB, he was 20, he was coach of the year in 2021. So that's about almost 4 years ago. Really, 3 seasons in the if you're going by league standards. He has an AFC Championship appearance, 3 playoff trips in 6 years, 3 in a row. He beat Tom Brady and Belichick's my Patriots in the playoffs in 2019. Now that's a pretty good record, for one thing. Um, so his record with Ryan Tannehill, he was 39. Um, uh, I believe he had 39 wins and 24 losses. Um, or was that? Yeah, I think that's. Or is that attempts? I don't know. Anyways, the Patriots, we have some good hands here with Drake May at quarterback. So that's another thing that I believe brought Mike Vrabel into New England. Besides just this, he'll have the fourth pick he could use on an offensive lineman, which will be very good. And let's see here. So here's some words that he said. In 2023 when he was inducted into the Ring of Honor for the Patriots, he said, "I don't want you to take this organization for granted. I've been a lot of places. This is a special place with great leadership, great fans, great direction. Enjoy it. It's not like everywhere. It's not like this everywhere." So he loves the fans. He loves the organization. He's won 3 championships with the Patriots as a player. Now, can he be a little hard on players? Um, yeah, but at the same time, football's not easy. You're supposed to be disciplined to understand the game itself. So, even according to some Patriots press pass that I'm following on YouTube. It says in the byline, Mike Vrabel wants to remove entitlement from Patriots organization. Uh, I believe that he could also entice some Titans players to come into New England to help beef up the defense. Uh, he could change the offense. I mean, he helped three other people besides Derrick Henry get better. Ryan Tannehill, his career looked like it was done in Miami because he was drafted by Miami. Uh, let's see how many years ago that was. Okay. Dang. Okay, he was drafted in the 2012 draft. He didn't look too good. Oh, so they benched him in 2017. Hmm. Then he comes back in 2018. So his games. Oh, dang. His highest game was in 2019. Yards per attempt was at its highest. I'm guessing after yards per attempt was at its highest too. Yards per completion, yards per game, his quarterback rating. Then the next year in 2020, he was pretty good too. He had a rating of 106.5, so about 107. Huh. Dang, he was really good. Then he slipped off not too much in 2023. So he didn't have a bad season. But yeah, his completion percentage was really bad when he first started. Whereas when he was with Vrabel, he was really good. So the other thing that I wanted to mention, besides Tannehill, was that Vrabel helped out Corey Davis, AJ Brown, and Jonnu Smith. Those three guys, besides Tannehill and Derrick Henry, that made his offense phenomenal and really good to play against. I mean, shoot, they even went up toe to toe against the Ravens. They beat the Ravens because they didn't have Derrick Henry like they do now. Their only running backs at the time, I believe it was Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. They weren't, or at least, hang on, I don't. 2019 Ravens roster. Okay, they had Justice Hill. Uh, yeah, Justice Hill was their running back then. RG3, Melvin Gordon. Yeah, I remember Melvin Gordon. So it's Melvin Gordon. Sorry, Melvin Ingram. Sorry. Yeah, Melvin Ingram Jr. or the second, Gus Edwards, and Justice Hill. Now, RG3 was the backup quarterback for him. So their roster, it wasn't the same as it is now because the Ravens now they have, let's see, Justice Hill, Derrick Henry, Keaton Mitchell. He's a really good running back. Who else is there? Mark Andrews at tight end. Isaiah Likely's really good. Zay Flowers, he's out, but he's really good too. Uh, Lamar, he's always going to be there at their favorite on offense. Their O-line looks really good. Defense made some changes. Their only question mark is how reliable can they depend on Justin Tucker. But other than that, that's just from the Ravens there. So from 2019 with, sorry, with with Ryan Tannehill, it was okay. Adjusted yards gained per pass attempt. That's what I meant to say. So he had a 10.18 adjusted yards gained per attempt. So that means it's just basically passing yards and attention percentage. His QBR rating or his quarterback rating was almost at 118 for that season. The QBR in total was at a 64.2 yards. Oh, the yards that he lost the most. Okay, so his yards that he lost was at 212. Net yards gained per pass attempt, passing yards, and sack yards, or pass attempt plus time sacked. 7.98. Adjusted net yards per pass attempt. Okay. Was at 8.52. He was. What does this one mean again? Awards voting. Oh, he was a Pro Bowler in 2019. And. Shoot. I don't even know what that meant. Oh, Offensive Player of the Year voting. Huh. Yeah, MVP it went to Lamar that year too. So, but anyways, that's just something that happened. The other thing is that Vrabel knew how to make you a better player. It's just that's what it is. So AJ Brown in 2019, he was offensive rookie of the year voting. It went to Kyler Murray, Josh Jacobs, AJ Brown, and Miles Sanders of the Eagles. That's 4 people there. That's crazy. And AJ Brown had almost 10% or 10 votes, 19% shared. He started 11 games, 52 receptions, 1,051 yards. So 1,051 yards and 8 touchdowns. That is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So Ryan Tannehill was comeback player of the year. That's who he was in 2019. Because he received 16 votes, 32% of the shares. He had 12 games that he played, 10 games that he started. His completion for passes, it was 201 out of 286 attempts, almost 3,000 yards passing, 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 43 attempts, 185 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns, and none received. Just crazy. That is good. Now, can he change things around with Drake May in them? Absolutely. Because there's some good receivers coming in the draft this year. Draft prospects. Okay. So, if we were just to go with receivers, of course we have Travis Hunter, Tyora McMillan. He's there. Trey Harris from Ole Miss, Emeka Egbuka, Savion Williams from TCU, Evan Stewart, Luther Burden III, Tiz Johnson from Oregon, Isaiah Bond, Alec Manor from Stanford. The list goes on and on, but those are the top 21 prospects. But anyways, you got some good picks. The other thing is that what they need to work on the most is O-line, and that's their problem is at tackle. So if I was them, I'd get Will Campbell. Of course, the other thing that's available is Josh Simmons from the Ohio State, who's really good. According to NFL Draft, for pre-draft analysis, it says Simmons is a smooth mover with great quickness and feet. He gets good width with his kick, step, and delivers a strong punch in pass protection. Simmons mirrors, bends, and anchors well. He has the tools to excel in zone heavy run schemes. He gets into position, plays with a good base, and walls off edge defenders. He gets to the second level and covers up linebackers. He started 13 games at right tackle in 2022 and at left tackle for the Ohio State the past 2 seasons. That's pretty good. So yeah, we can totally use him there in Foxborough. Ooh. Yeah, Will Campbell, that would be a good pick. Dang, even this Kelvin Banks guy seems pretty good too. Second level defenders. Oh, dang. He's good with his feet, fast speed, and strength. Ooh, an elite pass blocker. Dang, that's good. But yeah, the draft just seems pretty good for the Patriots right now. Do I understand why Jerod Mayo didn't want to finish the season on a terrible record? I understand it as a player's perspective because losing the last game just doesn't seem like a good thing to do. You want to win as many as you can, regardless of how bad the team is this year. In the general manager mindset, you want to lose that so that way you can trade down from the first pick and save for future prospects. Now, for example, had New England lost, they would have had the first pick. You could have traded down to the fourth pick, and you would have had to have worked with at least whoever wanted to work trade up. For example, it could be 1 through 6 at most, because at that point you could still get a tackle. You'd have more picks to get wide receivers and any other help that you need on the team. Do I think they need help on a kicker? It's possible. Joey Sly, he was okay this season. Punter, not really. Receiver, yes. Now Demario Douglas, he shows promise right up there. The other one, Javon Baker, he's another one. Kendrick Bourne, he's getting a little older, but still good. They need to figure out how to use their tight ends. That's what New England needs to work on, is finding out how to use their tight ends. Make sure that Ramondre is in the scheme as well, because this season, how well did he do this year? Yeah, he didn't have that many yards this season. So he had 801 yards this season and an average of 3.9, 7 touchdowns, and 33 receptions. Now, did he do better than he did in the 2023 season? Most definitely. Because in 2023, he had an attempt stat of 156, 619 yards, four average or 4 point average, 4 touchdowns, and 38 receptions. His best year was definitely in 2022. He had 210 attempts, over 1,000 yards for rushing, a 5 point average, 5 touchdowns, and 69 receptions. Can Vrabel change that around? Oh, yeah, most definitely. The thing is, if I am New England, I'd invest in a fullback. That's their biggest problem right now is not having a fullback. Because, let's see, Patriots record from, what was it? I think 2021. Because they got rid of Jakob Johnson in 2022. Now, in 2021, they were 10-7. But Jakob Johnson, when did he leave? Which was a really dumb move for my Patriots to get rid of him. Oh, dang. He's their tight end on the Giants. Let's see here. So, he played for my Patriots. Yeah, he left 2022. So, what was the Patriots record in 2022? Okay. My Patriots were 8-9. So, they went from 10-7. They had lost 2 more games than they were. They were third in the AFC ranking. And then, let's see, 2023, I remember we had, was it the 10th pick? Yeah, I believe it was the 10th pick. Yeah, we were 4-13 in 2023. Dang. Yeah, so we have had 2 back-to-back 4-13 records. Now, if they find a way to get a fullback in there, I believe that the Patriots will find a way to change their scheme around. If not, they're in for a long wait. So Jakob Johnson, he's played. Dang. 35 games, 19 receptions, 105 yards, 5 first downs. How many touchdowns? Oh, he has a touchdown for receiving. No rushing. I think that the Patriots really need to work on having a fullback again because having an extra fullback and around is like having an extra lineman. When you have the fullback there, he can stop an edge rusher from coming on the far right and the far left, depending on the formation you use. And that will put off some pressure on the O-line. That's just my thing on what I believe the Patriots need to do in order to change their team around is stop getting rid of the fullback and you'll be fine. Keep developing that offense, and eventually things down the road, the team will change for the better. That's just me. Let me know in the comment section down below what y'all have, what your thoughts are on the Patriots or whatever your team is. I'd love to hear it. That's just me. As y'all know, I'm a huge Patriots fan here. I love them. My first Super Bowl, I actually watched Tom Brady beat the Rams the first time. It was against Kurt Warner. I think Brady was in his, what? He was really young. Let's see here. Come on. Okay. 2000. Yeah, I think it was 2001 or 2002 that he first won in the Super Bowl against the Rams. Okay. Yeah, it was in, what was that year? Yeah, we barely beat the Rams by 3, 20-17, and it was 2002. Yeah, I was right, 2002. So it was really 2001 to 2002. So it was his second year in the league, and he beat Kurt Warner, which was crazy because the Rams were actually in St. Louis. So that was mind blowing. But anyways, that was my first Super Bowl. Tom Brady had his hat like this and went, and I was just right from then. That's when I was a Patriots fan. But anyways, I'm not just gonna talk about myself forever. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are on your team this year, what they could have done to improve, what y'all think about Vrabel getting hired and the rest of the coaches. For example, Mike McCarthy, he's a free agent now. He can go wherever he wants. According to ESPN, there's two teams that are interested in him. One is the Chicago Bears, and two, the Saints. For me, if I'm McCarthy, I think the most logical choice would be in the Saints because I think that Pete Carroll can really turn around Caleb Williams just because of the way that Pete Carroll has success with SC quarterbacks. I mean, Mark Sanchez, he turned it around, but he had Rex Ryan. So he even changed around Russell Wilson. Do I think that he can even further develop that defense in Chicago? Oh, most definitely. Um, so for the Saints, Mike McCarthy, he wouldn't have to change too much there. The only thing he'd really have to figure out is what can he do to um, change up the offense to bring back some, not flair, but life to it, you know? I mean, they seem like they're really missing Drew Brees. Michael Thomas hasn't really done much that I know of. I know they have Rashid Shaheed. He's a really good offensive prospect for their receiving core. Let's see here. Michael. Thomas stats. Yeah, Michael Thomas has dropped off for the past 4 years. So from 2020 to now, his passing yards, yeah, his reception yards have dropped down. For example, in 2019, he had almost 1,800 yards for receptions. 49 was his longest reception, and 9 touchdowns. He lost 9 yards for rushing. And in 2020, he had 438 yards, 11-yard average. 24 was his longest yards, and 1 yard rushing, but no touchdowns. Then he goes from that to 3 touchdowns with 171 yards. And then this season he's had 1 touchdown and 448 yards. Do I think they need to find a way to give him at least some change up in his career? Yes. It's something that needs to happen because that's just sad. He's 31 now. Do I think there's an opportunity for him to go elsewhere and change it up where he can go from 400 to 300 yards to all of a sudden 900 to 1,000 yards? Yes, it's possible. He just needs to find the team that connects with his scheme. And right now, it could work in New England. He could go there. They need a receiver. Wide receiver number one. Who else could use a receiver? Chargers. Of course, he could partner with Lad McConkey there. Chicago, if they don't bring back Keenan Allen, and Keenan Allen goes back to the Chargers, which would make sense for Keenan to go back to the Chargers. He had 1,000-yard season, 2022 to 2023. I mean, shoot, he broke the Charger receiving record. Nobody else has done that in a while. Makes sense. Let's see. What other team needs a wide receiver? Arizona, no. They have Marvin Harrison Jr. Colts, that's possible. Biggest one I'd say is the Raiders. And let's see. Of course, if Aaron Rodgers stays in the league, Aaron Rodgers most likely goes to the Raiders. And that'd be meaning that Devontae will either one go back to the Raiders or just stay in New York with the Jets. Probably the latter because of what he did with the Raiders, but that was just an on the sideline situation. Who else could use Michael Thomas? Not Miami, unless Miami trades away Tyreek Hill. Kansas City, no. Dallas, that would work. Dallas Cowboys, they could use a receiver alongside CeeDee Lamb. Rams are good. Chargers, no, I already said that one. Jaguars, that's another one. Buffalo's good. They can get Mark Cooper to stay for a little while. Let's see here. Who else? Mm, hmm. Dang, those are all I could think of. But anyways, like I said, let me know what y'all have an opinion on for football on your team. What's your favorite team, and who is your number one prospect you want to have on the go to your team in the draft? That's just me. But anyways, for me, it'd be between Kelvin Banks or Will Campbell. That's just me. Because there's three picks actually: Josh Simmons, Kelvin Banks, and Will Campbell. Those are just my three picks I choose if I'm the Patriots for offensive line. The one that I'd highlight the most if I'm the Patriots is that you want someone that can help with the pass and run game. So yeah, it'd be probably between those three guys. Just try and narrow it down, because if they're gone, you're gonna have to look at somebody else entirely for offensive lineman. But anyways, that'll be it for my first live stream on the NFL. I will be uploading some short videos on my Madden highlight tape that I've used. It'll be just 30 seconds, and we'll go from there. I'll even work on using Madden to explain things very shortly, and we'll go from there. But anyways, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.